back again, guys. NZD, USD. Now, we see a lot of inflation rates across the world going up, indicating weakness in that country's currency. Now, we also know that USD, the country's inflation rate, is sitting at 15-year highs. We're also seeing New Zealand's inflation rate sitting at 10-year highs. Now, we did see a big push up in the dollar, the NZD. This is NZD USD looking at the 4-hourly time frame. We saw that big sort of surge up. Now, this could be because of weakness in the dollar. We saw the USD CAD drop. We saw GP USD go up, and we saw all these kind of things. All the dollar pairs gaining a lot of anything against the dollar, gaining a lot of strength, right? So as we see that USD dollar drop, but now we're seeing as well New Zealand's inflation rate going up further high. Now, this could indicate that the NZD could be starting to weakening. We start to see some rejections. Looking at the technical side of things, we're reaching these resistance areas. We're starting to see rejections in candle structures. Looking at the daily time frame as well, we're reaching major resistance areas coming up as well. We saw previously back here in what was it, August, we saw the nice rejection zones. We saw lots of wicks being created. We see this zone being held up across the board, back all the way back into December last year. We saw obviously support, some resistance back here. Again, support. We see that big sort of resistance zone. So we're approaching this area now, knowing, like I said, New Zealand's inflation going up as well. We do see potential targets for the New Zealand to look to push into this area as it sort of kicks in, as that inflation news does kick in and the New Zealand dollar starts to potentially weaken. We could use this zone for rejections to push further lower. However, if we see the dollar weaken at a quicker rate than the NZD, now obviously, like I said, NZD, USD, if we see the US dollar weaken quicker, we could perhaps see some breaks further higher, heading into this major sort of consolidation zone. So we're really heading into an area of uncertainty. So ideally, what we'd like to see here on the daily time frame is we want to see the market stay below this area to continue to push maybe further lower. We can maybe see some more legs coming to the downside. But if we do happen to push up into this area, we could be very careful about what happens until we really break above this resistance sitting at the 0.7800 mark, 0.72800 mark zone, guys. Once we break above this, we do have those sort of highs back here in January, December. We can see some highs we could potentially be pushing to, but knowing what is going on, like I said, New Zealand we could potentially be seeing the NZ dollar start to weaken. So if we do reach that zone, like I said, ideally we want to see the market reject the area to push further back to the downside. Obviously, knowing that when the dollars go down, we could potentially see the stocks of that country go up as well. So do keep that in mind as well if you're looking to hedge some potential positions, guys. Stay tuned, trade safe.